The night the twins arrived, the storm outside hammered the roof like fists desperate to break in. And for a brief second, as lightning tore across the sky, the single dad named Aaron Keller saw their silhouettes frozen in white light, two girls who looked identical, soaked, silent and shivering as though they had run from something unspeakable. He didn't know that opening his door to them would become the mistake that would unravel everything he believed about himself, his past, and the daughter he buried 10 years ago. He didn't know the truth the twins carried would break him in ways no tragedy ever had. Aaron Keller had learned to live quietly. After his wife's accident and his daughter's illness, silence became the only thing that didn't ask anything from him. The small two-bedroom house at the edge of Ridgehaven Valley was all he could afford, but the mortgage dragged behind him like an anchor. When the factory cut his hours, he placed an ad online for a room rental, praying anyone would take it. He didn't expect two college girls to answer. When they knocked, it was late, past 9, and the storm made everything feel wrong. The twins, tall and slender with hair so black it looked blue under the porch light, waited with the stillness of statues. One carried a torn duffel bag, the other clutched a worn leather notebook to her chest. Their eyes, large, grey, unsettling, never blinked as they stared at him. "Are you Mr. Keller?" The one on the left asked, voice soft but precise. "Yeah, Aaron, you must be—" "I'm Lyra," she said. "This is my sister, Liana. We called earlier." He never got any call. But exhaustion and financial panic blurred his judgment. If they had money for the rent, he wasn't going to lose sleep over a missed phone ring. Thunder cracked overhead as he stepped aside. "Come in, you're drenched." The girls walked past him in synchronized movements, the kind that made the hair on his arms rise. Something about them felt practiced, rehearsed, as if they had lived their whole lives mirroring each other. The air temperature seemed to drop with them inside. "You can have the spare room," he said, walking toward the hallway. "It's small, but—" "We'll share it," Liana said abruptly, her voice almost identical to her sister's. "We don't sleep apart." Aaron nodded slowly. "Fine by me." As he handed them fresh towels, he noticed a bruise around Lyra's wrist, dark, finger-shaped. When their eyes met, she pulled her sleeve down in a swift, nervous gesture. "Do you need help?" he asked quietly. "No," she whispered. "But thank you." Something flickered in her gaze. Fear, but not of him. Something worse. In the kitchen, while they changed, Aaron tried to shake the unease crawling up his spine. He had taken in tenants before, but these girls radiated an intensity he couldn't place. They were too calm, too composed, too aware of everything around them. When they returned, wearing oversized sweaters he had lent them temporarily, the twins sat at the table without being asked, hands folded, shoulders touching. "Do you have rules?" Liana asked. "Not really. Just respect the space. Quiet hours after 11. And let me know if you'll be out late." Lyra's lips parted, forming the faintest smile. "We're almost never out late." "What about school?" he asked. "You said you were college students?" "We are," Liana said. "We study people," Lyra added. "What major is that?" "Psychology." Both shook their heads. "It isn't a program," Liana said. "It's a purpose." Before he could ask what that meant, lightning flashed again. The kitchen lights flickered. For a single heartbeat in that brief strobe of white, Aaron saw something in their reflection on the window, something wrong. Their faces seemed different, sharper, older, watching him with cold intensity. Then the lights steadied, and the twins looked normal again. "You okay?" he asked. "Yes," they said in unison. After showing them to their room, Aaron returned to the living room, planning to stay awake until the storm passed. But exhaustion dragged him under. He didn't hear the twins' whispers that night. He didn't hear their door open. He didn't hear footsteps approach his daughter's old room, the room he kept locked, the room he hadn't entered in years. But he felt something, as if a draft touched the back of his neck, as if someone had stood over him while he slept. When he woke at dawn, heart pounding, the house was silent. The twins' door was closed. His daughter's door seemed untouched. Maybe he had dreamed the whole thing. At breakfast, the girls sat together eating toast. They watched him with unsettling focus. "Did you sleep well, Mr. Keller?" Lyra asked. "Yeah," he lied. Do you ever dream of her? Liana asked. He froze. Who? Your daughter. His hands tightened around his coffee mug. How do you know about her? You kept the door locked, Lyra said softly. People lock doors only when they fear what's behind them, or what isn't. He didn't answer. He couldn't. Liana leaned forward. We can help you, you know. Help me with what? To bring back what you lost. A chill rippled through him. That's enough. I don't know what you're talking about. The twins exchanged a glance. Lyra placed her hand on the table. On her wrist, hidden beneath her sleeve, Aaron glimpsed something, ink, faint but recognizable. A symbol he had seen years ago, a spiral with 2 lines crossing it. The same symbol his daughter had drawn over and over during her final weeks. The same one she claimed the visitors showed her. His breath stuttered. Where did you get that tattoo? He demanded. Lyra and Liana smiled. We didn't get it, Liana said. We were born with it, Lyra finished. The room felt smaller, darker, as though something unseen pressed in from all sides. Aaron stood abruptly. I have to get to work. We'll talk later. The twins nodded as if they expected that answer. As he left the house, he didn't see Lyra open her notebook. He didn't see the pages filled with sketches of his daughter, drawn from angles no one alive could have seen, and he didn't hear her whisper. He doesn't remember. Good. For the next week, the twins behaved perfectly. Too perfectly. They cleaned without being asked. They kept to themselves. They never raised their voices, never laughed, never disagreed with each other. They glided through the house like shadows that had learned to mimic humans. But Aaron began noticing subtle things. At night, their door would be opened just a crack, as though they wanted to hear everything. His daughter's old room, the locked one, would feel colder each time he passed it. Like the air was thinning. Objects moved when he wasn't looking. A photo frame turned face down. His daughter's old stuffed. Bear left sitting upright in the hallway despite being sealed in a box years ago. And the dreams returned. Dreams of a hospital room. Dreams of his daughter whispering, They're coming back for me, Daddy. One night he found Lyra standing in the backyard in the pouring rain. Head tilted up, arms limp at her sides. What are you doing? He asked. Listening, she murmured. To what? The ones who brought us here? Aaron swallowed hard. You mean your parents? Lyra turned her head slowly, rain streaking down her pale face. We don't have parents. Behind her, Liana stepped out from the shadows of the oak tree, her soaked hair plastered to her face like dark vines. Not in the way you mean, she said. The twins stepped toward him in perfect unison. Their movements were too smooth, too silent, predatory. Mr. Keller, Lyra whispered. Why do you pretend you don't remember what happened 10 years ago? He stumbled backward. I don't know what you're talking about. You do, Liana said. You just buried it the way you buried her. Aaron's heart pounded so hard it hurt. Stop! You locked the door to keep the memories out, Lyra said. But the truth doesn't stay locked, Liana added, raising her hand. In her palm lay a locket, a small silver heart with an engraving he knew too well. His daughter's, the one he had buried with her. How did you get that? He whispered, voice shaking. Lyra stepped forward. She gave it to us. That's impossible. Nothing about us is possible, Liana said softly. Aaron backed away, trembling. What do you want from me? Lyra smiled, but it carried no warmth. To finish what began the night she died. Liana opened the locket. Inside was a symbol, the same spiral with crossing lines. We are not here to harm you, Liana said. We are here to complete the exchange. What exchange? He choked. Lyra touched his arm. Her skin felt unnaturally cold. The one you agreed to the night they visited you. Aaron's breath caught. A memory, blurry, fragmented, flashed in his mind. The night his daughter slipped into a coma, he had prayed, begged, pleaded to anyone who would listen. And something had. Someone. He had promised anything, everything. Liana's voice softened. In exchange for your daughter's suffering ending, you offered what could never be replaced. Aaron stumbled back, shaking his head violently. No, I was delirious. I imagined... You didn't imagine us, Lyra said. We came to collect, Liana whispered. The twins' eyes dilated simultaneously, becoming impossibly wide, the grey deepening into an otherworldly black. Their skin grew pale, almost translucent, pulsing with faint light beneath. Aaron ran inside the house, slamming the door, chest heaving. He grabbed the phone, hands shaking, but the line was dead. Footsteps approached behind him. Slow. Synchronized. He turned. The twins stood in the hallway, dry as though the rain had never touched them. "You can't outrun what you owe," Lyra said. "You invited us the moment you begged for her pain to stop," Liana added. Aaron shook uncontrollably. "I didn't know—" "You knew enough," Lyra said. The lights flickered, humming with a low, unnatural vibration. The house felt alive, breathing around him. Suddenly, the locked door at the end of the hall, the door to his daughter's room, clicked. Unlocked. Slowly it creaked open. A cold wind rushed through the hallway, carrying the soft scent of his daughter's strawberry shampoo. Aaron's knees buckled. "No," he whispered. "Please, no." From inside the dark room came a faint voice. "Daddy?" He collapsed against the wall. "It's not real. It's not real." Lyra knelt beside him. "She isn't alive. But she isn't gone." Liana's voice drifted close to his ear. "And we are the bridge." Aaron covered his face with trembling hands. "What do you want me to do?" "Finish the exchange," the twins said together. The air thickened. The house groaned. Inside the dark room, the small voice whispered again, closer now. "Daddy, help me." Aaron crawled toward the doorway, pulled by a mixture of terror and desperate longing. The smell of strawberry shampoo grew stronger. His vision blurred as tears choked him. The room was dim, only a sliver of light leaking through the window. The familiar pink curtains still hung. The bed was made. A small figure sat on the edge, head bowed. "Sweetheart?" he whispered, voice cracking. The figure raised her head slowly, too slowly. Her face was shadowed, but her outline was unmistakable. "I missed you," the small voice said. Aaron reached out helplessly. "I missed you too." The twins appeared behind him, watching with emotionless eyes. "Make your choice," Liana said. "You can join her," Lyra whispered, "or you can let us take your place." Aaron turned toward them, confusion twisting his expression. "My place? You promised your life for hers," Liana said. "But we can take something else," Lyra added. What else?" Both twins smiled. "Your memories," they said. "The pain that devoured you," Lyra whispered. "The guilt that destroyed you," Liana continued. "We take everything, until nothing of you remains." And she moves on. Aaron's chest heaved. "If I give you that, will she be at peace?" "Yes," they said together. He looked back at the small figure on the bed. Her head bowed again, waiting for him. With a broken sob, Aaron whispered, "Take it. Take everything." The twins stepped closer, placing their hands on either side of his head. Their touch was icy, burning with cold intensity. Aaron felt the first tug, like something deep inside him being pulled loose. Memories ripped free, laughter, hospital rooms, little shoes on hardwood floors. Her final breath, his screams, his despair. Piece by piece his identity unraveled. "Daddy?" The voice murmured softer now, fading like smoke. He reached toward her blindly, tears streaming. "I'm here, sweetheart, Darkness swallowed the rest. When the process ended, Aaron collapsed to the floor, blank-eyed, breathing but emptied of everything that made him himself. The twins stepped back. Lyra closed the locket. Liana shut the door to the child's room. "He kept his promise," Lyra said quietly. "And now she can rest," Liana finished. The house fell utterly silent. In the morning, neighbors saw the two strange girls leaving the Keller home, walking in perfect unison down the wet street. No bags, no belongings, no explanation. They were never seen again, and inside the house, Aaron Keller sat at the kitchen table, staring blankly at a cup of untouched coffee, unable to remember why he had made it, unable to recall that he ever had a daughter, or a wife, or a life worth grieving. He remembered nothing at all. But sometimes, when the wind blew just right, the faint scent of strawberry shampoo drifted past him. And for reasons he could no longer name, he cried,